So in this lecture, we're going to learn about multiplying and dividing fractions. We're going to learn about them together because their approaches are very similar. Okay, so let's have a look at 4 examples, 2 multiplication and 2 division. Now, unlike in adding and subtracting fractions, we don't actually have to worry about our denominators being the same. We can multiply them through just like the way they are. So, it's as simple as that. So let's take our numerators for the first example here. Our numerators are 3 and 5. So all we now need to do is multiply them through. So 3 times 5 gives us 15. The answer for our numerator is 15. Similarly, for our denominator, all we need to do is, again, times them through. So 4 times 6 gives us 24. Now you'll notice in the examples that I'm doing, I won't be simplifying these fractions at all. First, we'll go through the simplifying process in the next lecture, and then I'll take you through how we simplify fractions before we multiply or divide them. In this lecture, all we're going to be doing is straight multiplication and straight division. Okay, so let's move on to the second example for multiplication. 4 over 7 times 6 over 9. So again, let's multiply our numerators. So 4 times 6 gives us 24. Similarly, 7 times 9 for our denominators gives us 63. So 4 over 7 times by 6 over 9 gives us 24 over 63. Okay, so now let's do a couple of examples for division. So it says 5 over 6 divided by 3 over 7. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you guys about a step-by-step method that makes this a lot easier. So step number 1, we copy out the first fraction, which is 5 over 6. Step number 2, we change the sign here from a division to a multiplication. Now that we have changed the sign to a multiplication, what we need to do is we need to flip this second fraction over. So it's 3 over 7 at the moment, so that becomes 7 over 3. So we just replace the denominator with the numerator and vice versa. And now it has become a simple multiplication fraction. So it's 5 over 6 times by 7 over 3. So again, our numerators are 5 times 7, which gives us 35. Our denominators are 6 times 3, which gives us 18. So our original equation was 5 over 6 divided by 3 over 7, which led to an answer of 35 over 18. Okay, so now let's do another example for division. Again, step number 1, we copy out the first fraction, 4 over 8. Step number 2, we change the sign here to a multiplication. Step number 3 is we flip the second fraction over. So the numerator becomes the denominator, and the denominator becomes the numerator. So in this case, it becomes 7 over 2. And now, again, we have a simple fraction multiplication. So we have 4 over 8 times 7 over 2. So we multiply the numerators together, which gives us 4 times 7, which is 28. And we have 8 times 2 for the denominators, which gives us 16. So again, our original sum was 4 over 8 divided by 2 over 7, which led to an answer of 28 over 16. So this is how we multiply and divide fractions. So again, I didn't go through any of the simplification process. We'll be covering that in the next chapter.